Hey yo, how you doing, ministry fans? It's me, the one AJ Anthony Jordan, and I hope you are a wrestling fan this weekend because it is absolutely stacked. We've got Impact, we've got NXT, AEW, and WWE. I hesitated there because I think there's another pay-per-view, but if you're a ministry fan, you know that at the moment all we are covering is AEW and WWE. So WWE were going to give us King/Queen of the Ring. Slightly disappointed it's not happening, but Night of Champions is looking like a good card, so I'm really happy. And then tomorrow AEW will be doubling down. Yes, it's double or nothing. Another fantastic pay-per-view. These are some great ones, guys. There are some awesome matches and some points to be won for the ministry, and we will be definitely celebrating because it will take one guy one step closer to the Ministry of Wrestling title. Now, if you're joining us for the first time, you're thinking, you mean one guy? I'm only seeing one guy. What are you on about? Yeah, guys. So what it is, the Ministry of Wrestling is not just me. MOW is not just NWO spelt wrong. It is the Ministry of Wrestling. There are 5 guys, and we do a prediction show all the time, and we've upped the ante a bit, and we've got a belt of our own that we put on the line. As you can hear in the name, Ministry of Darkness. It at the moment is an Undertaker themed WWE title. But who knows what will come next? And it's currently being held by the biggest Undertaker fan I know, Simsy, aka the Ultimate Finesser. So, guys, what we do is we have a show that comes out like this, and we give our predictions, and the person with the most points wins. I'll give you a brief detail. I don't want to get too complicated on it, but in my true to Drew Gulak fashion, I've got a small PowerPoint presentation for you. So, this is how the show works. The show is made up of pay-per-view points and show points. Pay-per-view points being your premium live events or your pay-per-views, depending on WWE or AEW, and show points, the Ministry of Wrestling show, that is. The object of the show is to get the most show points in a season. A season, is measured from the first pay-per-view after WrestleMania till the following WrestleMania. So in this case, this year, it was Backlash, which was the first show that we went for. Pay-per-view points are won by predicting the winners of the matches in a single pay-per-view, Once someone announces their pick, this is deemed final. Players can only change their picks twice in the show, no changes after recording. Show points are based on the number of points gained. So just to give you a bit of an insight, guys, previously we all used to be on the show. We've now gone for a pre-recorded just to avoid any idea stealing and just to give each man a chance to really give their view. So there will be a small tweak on that, but just a small detail to give you a small insight. Let's take, no, this is not a champion show. Roman Reigns, the tribal chief and the street champion, Solo Sikoa, versus the undisputed tag champs, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. Now, if you can predict the winner of that match, that person will gain a point. The person with the most pay-per-view points or PLE points will then get a series of show points. Now, how do the show points work? It goes a little something like this. The person with the most correct predictions in first place will get 4 show points. The person in second place will get 3 show points. The person in third place, 2 show points. And the person in fourth will get 1 show point. Now we are 5 guys, so the person who does end up in 5th place will get a hefty 0. No, it's not for banter. No, it's not to tease our fellow man. What it is, if you are familiar with soccer or football here in the UK, it's like this. You win a match, you get 3 points. You draw, you get 1 point. You lose, you get 0. So because there's more of us in one match, we just broke it down in a different way. That's how it works. So you might be wondering, what happened at Backlash? Well, let me tell you, thanks to good old Den the Tech, we have this new wonderful scoreboard, which will show you that myself, Big Tone, Leon, aka Simsy, and Double V Nico Luro all gained some points. Why? Because we all got the maximum points available. We didn't get a clean sweep, so there wasn't 5 points to win. So the way we're now doing it is, if there's a joint place, we will be eliminating points. So that point that everyone got most of their matches right, we're all in first place, and sadly, Den the Tech is on a hefty 0, even though he was able to predict some matches. It's a bit tricky, guys, but stick with us. I'm sure you'll get onto it now. But let's not waste any more time. We're talking Night of Champions. Let's kick off with the first match of the night, by our calling, that is, and that is Asuka versus Bianca Belair for the Raw Women's title. Okay, guys, so on a bit of a travel today, but here we go. So we're talking Bianca Belair versus Asuka. Quite frankly, I believe this has got to be Asuka's time. I said it before that I believed it was post-Mania that we will see that the Raw Women's title will drop and change hands. And I believe it's that. Sadly, EO didn't get that chance, but it felt like it was just not the right moment. And now we've got a WrestleMania rematch. Yeah, it's got to be Asuka's moment. There's a new side of Asuka. I think she's in full transformation side, so I think this is the time. I am going Asuka on this one. Sorry, Bianca, but right now I think it's time for you to drop, and then obviously you'll be back for Mania to be doing what you do best and holding gold. But right now, Asuka's time for the win.
Okay, Raw Women's Championship match: Bianca Belair versus Asuka. Okay, so obviously we're getting this match now instead of Backlash as a rematch. This time Asuka's gone fully to the dark side, shall we say. But I still don't feel that she is going to be enough in her current iteration to dethrone the longest reigning women's champion of the modern era, as WWE have put it themselves. I feel like you're going to need someone who they feel is a bit more top tier, like Ronda Rousey or Charlotte. It's likely to be Charlotte, if we're honest here. But right now, it should be Asuka. Asuka should be in the running for that. And hell, I would love it to be someone like Shayna Baszler, someone who, could be a main player, but they just don't pull the trigger on it. But as far as this match goes, it's going to be a good match. But, at the end of the day, Asuka ain't even with that belt. Bianca retains.
Yep, it's me again, Tech. I'm not doing so good this season. I know there's only been one, but not doing so good. But this is where I get my comeback. This is where I come back. Well, it's Night of the Champions, so Night of Champions. Oh, I did a AJ, Night of the Champions. If you don't know, get to know. The Silver Screeners, dudes. Go check them out. But anyway, that's me plugging someone else that I never work with. Right. Night of Champion, Bianca Belair versus Asuka. I've got to go with Bianca Belair because it just makes sense. It shouldn't. Asuka should be up there dominating. Remember, we saw in NXT. Oh my God, it was beautiful. But it's going to be Bianca because, hey, it is what it is. One thing though I want from this, I want Bianca Belair versus Rhea Ripley. So that's my only shining grace from this, having Bianca winning again. But yeah, it's going to be Bianca. Mm-hmm.
This one, not so happy with. Bianca Belair versus Asuka. Because I think Bianca's going to win again. Bianca winning, I don't have such an issue with. What I do have an issue with is what they've done to Asuka, because they've essentially turned her into the female Shinsuke Nakamura, in the sense that, you remember when Shinsuke had his heel turn at WrestleMania after he lost to AJ Styles? Well, that heel turn proved to be pointless, because the point of turning heel after you've lost the match is then to do the rematch and then go and win the match. Now, Asuka's definitely a heel here. She's spitting mist in people's faces. That's pretty heelish behaviour. But I don't think they're going to put it on her. I think this is unfortunately just filler. The match will be great because the two of these ladies are great. I don't see them taking the belt off Bianca, which means this heel turn was pointless. So I'm not happy about it, but Bianca will win this.
Yo, what's up? It's me. It's that Ultimate Vanessa, Ultimate Champ, Simsy. So, my prediction for the Bianca Belair versus Asuka match for the Raw Women's title. See, I was thinking there's so many different outcomes with this match. We obviously know that at WrestleMania, Bianca Belair retained. But in my eyes, Asuka hasn't really done much to convince me that she's gonna win the belt this time. If it is, then it's very poor. However, just like I predicted at WrestleMania, I think only 2 titles are going to change hands, or there's going to be 2 new champions, including the new World Heavyweight title. So for that purpose, I'm going to go, just for the shock value, I'm going to go for Asuka as the new Raw Women's Champion.
Okay. So as you can see, match 1 and the guys are split already. I'm with you, Leon. Don't worry, bro. I got you. Yeah. Hey, who knows? Who knows? What we could do is wait and see. So let's go on to the second match, which is a bit of a rematch. Not too many rematches taking place on this card. However, this match is a rematch from Backlash. Yes, we are talking the American Nightmare, the man with adrenaline in his soul, versus the Beast, Brock Lesnar. Right, yes, we are talking Cody Rhodes versus Brock Lesnar, a rematch from Backlash. Yeah, Brock got pretty banged up. He's been trying to do a few bits. He's apparently broken Cody's arm, but let's not waste any time. Let's see what the guys think. Who do they think is going to come out on top?
Cody Rhodes versus Brock Lesnar. Okay, so last month, Backlash, Cody was actually surprisingly dominant in his match against Brock. I was surprised at how much offense he got in, and obviously accidents do happen in the ring, and he was busted open, got a few more bruises than he was supposed to in real life, and they've turned that into a storyline. Cody Rhodes, of all people, was able to bust up Brock Lesnar. And of course, if we follow wrestling, we know Brock ain't going to be very happy about that. So he's been showing up on Raw, demolishing Cody, week after week. And it's another big struggle of, will Cody be able to overcome now? Cody is firmly in the seat of this whole John Cena role, this whole top babyface of the company. So, will he win at Night of Champions? I'm going to have to say yes, he will. Only because on Raw, he's taken such a beating over the past few weeks, that if you turn around and have Lesnar beat him at Night of Champions, yes, you continue the feud, but you also made, Cody look like a bit of a bitch. And I don't feel that's what you really should be doing at this point. I'm feeling like that Cody, he's gonna beat Lesnar here and then push on to go to Money in the Bank. And I feel, maybe he might win that. Might win the Money in the Bank briefcase and then use that to challenge Mr. Roman Reigns at SummerSlam or whatever. Maybe even further down the line. Maybe he holds the briefcase to Mania. Who knows? Yeah. But at least right now, the clear trajectory in front of us is Cody versus Lesnar. And Cody's pulling out that win.
It's that time again for the rematch. No one thought was going to happen because it was meant to be a one and done. But it wasn't, so it's back again. Cody versus Brock. That's right. These two are at it again. And it's not even easy. It's not straightforward because Cody should be going over, but you don't know. It could be Brock because, once again, WWE love Brock. And last one for Cody. You know what? I'm going for Cody again. It's Cody Rhodes. Has to do it. Has to. So yeah, my pick, Cody Rhodes.
I am so torn about this match. Brock Lesnar versus Cody Rhodes. Because, as I've said before, I was there in Los Angeles when they, for me, buried Cody. And then they kind of flipped the script a bit at Backlash, didn't they? It was like, oh, it's not a burial. It's more things for Cody Rhodes to overcome. But he's already overcome the Beast. So, what are we doing here? Is it going to be Brock Lesnar wins because he's such a popular face amongst the Saudi crowd? Or do we have Cody Rhodes beat Brock Lesnar twice? For me, it seems more likely that what makes more sense is for Brock Lesnar to win here and then Cody Rhodes wins the rubber match. Oh, this is tough, I'm going to say... my head says Brock, my heart says Cody. Follow my heart. Cody Rhodes wins.
My next prediction now. We have Cody Rhodes versus Brock Lesnar. Now, you'd think that, they were going to call off. They were never going to call off the match. Like, come on. Like, this was just the work. Even on Raw, on Monday Gone, it was like, they kind of made it look like, he couldn't make the match, his arm's broken and all this kind of stuff. But again, he had a torn pectoral, fought in Hell in a Cell, beat Seth Rollins, one of the best going, finalists in the World Heavyweight Championship tournament. And this is very similar, actually, to Brock Lesnar versus Seth Rollins, where Seth was getting his ass handed to him all week long, for weeks. And then somehow at SummerSlam, he goes by and he beats him. This is going to be the same case. His ass is going to get handed to him all night, but somehow Cody's going to get the win. It's one of those true underdog stories where he gets his ass handed to him and he wins in the end. Very similar to Seth Rollins at SummerSlam. So my pick for this match, even if it's by disqualification, Cody Rhodes to win the match.
Bit split on this one. Brock Lesnar versus Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare versus the Beast. Apparent broken arm from Cody Rhodes. So there is that angle of he tried his best, he came out with a broken arm, but he fell to the Beast because it was just too much. Or is it that Cody overcomes once more? I don't know which way to go on this one, guys. I am officially torn, and I'm gonna go Cody for the win. I think it's going to be overcoming adversity. God knows how they're going to handle it with Brock. It's going to be a difficult one. Yeah, who knows? You may see another video where I'm like, I choose the right to refuse. I'm not cheating, but I'm still torn on this one. I'm at the moment going to go Cody Rhodes. The American Nightmare continues to do his thing. Do you know what? All five of us have gone for the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes, which is nuts. Who bets against Brock? Yeah, here's five guys who've done it. And I still sit here with hesitation, like, have I made the right move? Have I made the right move? No one has been able to sway me. I don't think I can sway anyone. It's a tough one, but you know what? Cody just has that momentum at the moment, doesn't he, guys? So that's that. And yeah, just a call on the other video. Then watch it with the. That's my property, yeah? Hey. Anyway, yeah, very interesting. Okay, guys. Now, if you realize I just acknowledged Den's comment of the, now it's time to officially acknowledge. Because the tribal chief, the undisputed champion, well, he is at this moment of recording, there will be a new title to stop him being undisputed. We'll be tagging up with his cousin, the street champ, Solo Sikoa, against Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens for the undisputed tag team titles. So yes, Roman Reigns and Solo versus Sami and KO. Who's going to win? We don't know just yet, but here's our predictions. Tell us what we think. Are we right? Are we wrong?
Right. So we have the Bloodline versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. That's Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa. The reason I'm saying it so slow, because I recorded it and got his name. So it's Solo Sikoa. Anyway, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn to win. They're going to cause Roman Reigns and Solo the match because they're trying to help, because they're trying to get in Roman's good books again, and they're not going to do it, and they're going to cost him. And because of that, we might have a tag team match between the Usos, Roman, and Solo, which I would love to see. But it is what it is. Going with Sami and KO to win, because they must.
I do not do this often. Let the record show, especially in a post-WrestleMania 39 world, I am not one to praise WWE for anything. Least of all doing the bare basics right. However, when it comes to Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens versus Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa, you gotta give whoever's booking, be it Vince or Triple H or an amalgamation of people, you gotta give them credit. Because it doesn't matter what the end result is in this match. Everything works. You could have Kevin Owens and Sami defeating Roman and Solo. And the way they defeat them is that Roman gets pinned, and then Solo's looking at Roman going, yeah, you're not such a big guy anymore. Huh? I'm the one who's holding it down here. You could have, again, KO and Sami winning by means of the Usos turning on the Bloodline, which then sets up an interesting Roman and Solo versus the Usos further down. You could go and choose Ultimate Chaos here, which I'd also be okay with, and take the belts off of Sami and KO and put them on Roman, who would now be Roman 3 belts. And it would have gold on to Solo as well. And that would further degenerate the Bloodline, with Roman going, this is how you do it. So all of these results are really, really good. So which one to pick? Because logic dictates they could literally all happen. They would all make logical sense, and I'd be happy with them all. In this case, I'm going to go with my head, because my heart, what I really want, what my heart is saying is chaos. Put the belts on Roman and Solo. Just do it for the shithousery. Just do it. I don't think they will, though. I think you're going to see the implosion of the Bloodline now, and I think I'm going to go with option 2. So, Sami and KO win, but by means of the Usos costing Roman and Solo. And you could even mix 1 and 2. You could have the Usos costing Roman and Solo, with Solo outside the ring and him not seeing that the Usos screwed Roman, and then Roman getting the pin and then Solo sees that. There's magical things you could do. Sami and KO will win, and I think the end of this match is going to be oh so fun.
The undisputed tag team titles between Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus the undisputed Universal WWE Heavyweight Champion of the World and Solo Sikoa. Now, there's predictions and then there's spoilers, but at the same time there's Easter eggs and there's teasers as well. And judging by the last SmackDown with that little shoulder bump that Roman Reigns did with Solo, I think something's going to happen in this match which is going to be pretty distracting, and whatever that is, it's going to cause Roman Reigns and Solo to lose. Whether Solo turns his back on Roman, or whether the Usos get involved and they all turn on Roman and then walk out and leave him, this is going to be a very big shock. It could go the other way around. Roman could walk out on Solo, and Solo takes the pin, therefore Roman still stays unpinned, undefeated. And at the same time, there could also be another disqualification as well. However, just judging by the way this is going, and just for storyline purposes, and the way I think it's going, I'm going to say Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn to retain the undisputed tag team titles.
Right, so we're talking the current, but it will change by that night, unified champion Roman Reigns tagging up with his cousin Solo Sikoa, the street champ himself, versus the unified tag team champions Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. Now, guys, are we going to see Roman 4 belts? Are we going to see Roman 3 belts? It's a possibility, but no. I believe the Usos are going to go against the quarterback, as he's now calling himself, the GOAT. Life ain't fair. They're going to come in, they're going to try to save him, and this leads to a further dissension and possibly ejection from the Bloodline. But Sami and KO will definitely retain. Roman will not be the happiest bunny. He ain't going to eat a pin, I guarantee you that. But it's going to be something real big. Or will he eat a pin, and will that piss him off even more? I don't know. But either way, Sami and KO to retain.
So now we have the Tag Team Championship match between Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens versus the Bloodline duo of Solo Sikoa and Roman Reigns. Alright, so on paper, I would have gone with Roman because it's Saudi Arabia and Roman's the biggest star in the company. Are we going to have him lose? However, I feel what's going to happen this time is that, the Usos are going to inadvertently cost Solo and Roman's the match. So that's that way they can keep, Roman clean. Roman's not going to take the pinfall. It's probably going to be Solo. And, then they just further that storyline because I feel we're building towards the eventual like the Usos versus Solo and Roman, before eventually it becomes Roman versus Solo. All of these things are on the card, like down the line, and they turn the story like quite well. I also think it would be a great disservice and mistake to take the titles of KO and Sami Zayn so quickly, because again, it would pretty much invalidate their win at 9-1 of WrestleMania. And I feel there's more that they can do as well before that storyline comes to a close, or they make them start feuding with each other again or whatever. So yeah, I'm gonna go Sammy and KO to retain through nefarious means.
I've got the thumb up for anyone listening on pod, because as much as I feel that the Usos might screw it up and Sammy and KO walking out, I feel there may be a thumb with Roman's throat on it. I don't know, but it's exciting stuff. It is exciting stuff. Now, guys, we move on. This is 2 matches in a row where we have all gone down the same route. I promise you guys, it does get a bit more exciting, but hey, the first match may be the reason that we crown a winner, or 2. I got you, Leon. But okay, here we go. Let's move on. It's Night of Champions. Most of the belts are on the line. Shocked that Austin Theory hasn't got one. However, the Intercontinental title has got one. The Ring General himself, Gunther, is taking on Mustafa Ali. So, guys, let's see what everyone has to say regarding this match.
Der Ring General, Gunther, still Walter, versus Mustafa Ali. Not Mustafa, as they're trying to call him. Now, the cynical part of me is thinking, Arabian pay-per-view. Let's put a guy in with an Arabian name. Which is so unfair, because Mustafa Ali is actually a freaking awesome wrestler. I'm just cynically trying to view this through the lens of, well, you weren't going to bring Mansoor back in his current iteration because they don't like it in Saudi Arabia when you quote-unquote bat for the other team. So we need to have some Arabian guy, even though he's not freaking Arabian, but the name's Arabian, that's close enough in WWE's eyes, so we'll put the Arabian guy into this match versus Gunther. There is no way in hell this is going any other way than Gunther winning this. I would love this match to go 10 minutes or more, just because, as I said, Mustafa Ali is an awesome wrestler, and I'd love him to be able to, show and remind people what he can do. But Gunther is also an incredible wrestler, and he's on this historic run. He's not about to drop the belt now, and he's certainly not about to drop it to Mustafa Ali. Sad as that may be. So Gunther for the win.
Right, so my second prediction for the night is the Intercontinental Championship match between Gunther, the reigning champion, defending champion, versus Ali. Now, although it's in Saudi Arabia, and although Ali is obviously from those parts, I don't think there's going to be any shock here. I just think it's just another match for Gunther to get through. At this point, it's pretty much getting like Roman Reigns here. He's just going through opponents. And unfortunately, this is just another case. You'll see a couple of close calls. You might even see a thing where they get the 3 count, but his foot was on the rope and the referee didn't see it, but then they play it back and then they start the match again. But yeah, unfortunately, I think this is an easy one for me. Gunther to retain the Intercontinental Championship.
Mustafa Ali versus Gunther. I actually like what they're doing with Ali. I'm one of those people who really keep hoping that moment is going to come and that everything's going to work out for him. Sadly, not right now. This is all to do with the countdown, and it's Night of Champions. We had to give him someone. We got a little steam up with Ali, but he's still not there yet. Will there be a title reign for Ali? Will good stuff happen? I'm hoping so. But right now, the Ring General will be standing tall and once again holding gold. Retain Gunther for the win.
Gunther versus Ali for the Intercontinental Championship. I'm happy for Mustafa Ali to get his little moment in the sun, his spotlight, his shine and everything. I mean, I hate to say this, but obviously they're doing this purely because they want someone who kind of looks like the locals in Saudi Arabia to represent. Yeah, they can't use Mansoor because they've totally ruined his character. So it's not going to be him. So they put Ali into this spot as a placeholder. Now, I feel Ali is going to probably get a better showing than he would on, say, Raw or SmackDown because of that reason. But ultimately, he's going down, you know. Ali stands about 0 chance of winning, man. Going for the win. Chopped all the way.
Right, we have Gunter versus Mustafa, aka Mustafa Ali. That's right. AKA is his longer name. I don't know why WWE love to just make everyone one name, but it is what it is. But yeah, um, Mustafa should just go away and become a star in another company, AEW, and show what he can do in AEW. But WWE won't release him, no matter how much he begs for it, and they won't push him. I don't understand why. But Gunther is getting a good push. Gunther's going to win because right now Gunther is the man. He's the only one I can see going for the title and be a real challenger to Roman right now. I would love to see that match as well. Oh, yeah, I want to see Brock versus Gunther. Anyway, let's not go into the booking like that. I remember when you were Walter, bro. You were so big. Now you're in shape. Anyway, Gunther's gonna win because he has to. They're not gonna push Mustafa. Anyway, it is what it is.
Hey, boy. There's a lot of love for Ali, but everyone's aware that the Ring General is doing his thing right now. So once again, the entire ministry are all back in the same horse. The show does get more exciting, guys, I promise. But hopefully you are still enjoying it. Again, comment below. Let us know what twists and turns you'd like to see. Would you like more people? Do you like this new format, guys? This is more directed at those from before. Anyway, let's keep it rocking, let's keep it rolling, let's keep it moving. We are now talking another ladies match, which I'm really excited for. There's a few ladies matches on the card, so well done, WWE. It's nice to see that the women's division is being looked after right now. But the women's tag titles aren't on the line either. I did forget that. But all the same, this is going to be an interesting match. We're talking the old versus the new. I'm talking the old guard versus the new guard. I'm not calling anyone old in this. I'm talking Trish Stratus versus Big Time Bex, a.k.a. The Man, a.k.a. Becky Lynch. Let's hear what the guys had to say.
Yo, so this is my prediction for Trish Stratus versus Becky Lynch. Now this one's hard because, you know, it's a very interesting storyline. Now this is Trish's first match as a heel competitor, so I don't really see it making sense her losing. You know, for her to win would make sense, and it would kind of put an exclamation as to why she turned heel in the first place, and it kind of underlines and exclamates everything she's been saying that she's the only diva, to obviously make things happen. Now, if Becky wins, all right, yes, you know, there is some kind of satisfaction to it, but what more could Trish do on top of that? So it's really hard, you know, either of them can lose, either of them can win, either of them can incite another match. And I think that's what's going to happen here. We're going to see another match. This is not the end of it. So in order for it to make sense, I think Trish is going to win this one. It's hard because I want to say Becky Lynch, but in terms of how the storylines go in, I'm going to say Trish Stratus to win the match.
Right, Trish Stratus versus Becky Lynch. Just announced on Raw, so fresh video. Okay, you can kind of tell when I'm recording my stuff. But here we go. Quite frankly, look, Trish is retired. Trish is a mum. She's got to go home to her kids. There's only so much this run can prolong. I think what they've done is they extended it, and I think they've made it look like Becky's lost her form. But essentially, the man is going to take the victory. Trish has done a lot for the business. She's going to put on a hell of a match. But it's Becky's win right now. So Becky Lynch, the man, walks away with this one. Big Time Bex strikes again.
Becky Lynch versus Trish Stratus. Okay, so It's quite an interesting match, a nice clash of the generations. To be honest, in it, I would rather them have done this at WrestleMania than like Damage Control versus Lita, Trish, and the man Becky Lynch. I don't think this will probably be actually a better match. I feel both women will put in the effort. I feel it's great that they're having a last hurrah for Trish, so to speak. And like she was always best as a heel, I reckon, rather than a face, and she's getting the chance to like have that shine once more. And kudos to both women for a great promo on Raw. I know this is WWE, but they do have AEW to thank for like showing them that modern promos, you can go deep, you can pull from the past, and there will be things that people remember because, man, when Becky pulled out that barking like a dog line, damn, everyone's like, oh. So yeah, I'm glad they put a bit of heat, a bit of fire into that now. The match should be a good match, but ultimately, Becky's got to win. She's got to win because we're leading towards Becky versus Rhea, probably at SummerSlam. But that's another story. So, Becky for the win.
Right, yeah, now they have doozy of a card, and they have Trish versus Becky Lynch. It has to be Becky Lynch, right? Because if Trish comes back and beat her right away, that's just really taking the liberties out of their long-term wrestlers. But at the same time, Trish is like a celebrity now. Do you know what? I'm losing. I might as well go big. I'm going with Trish Stratus for the win. It doesn't have to be clean. It just has to be a win. And it is what it is. Fingers crossed this is the one that makes me get something. If not, I guess I'm losing again. And I don't like losing, but it is what it is, man. All right, my pick, Trish Stratus. I know, weird.
Okay, Becky Lynch versus Trish Stratus. Now, credit to WWE, this one's actually had a pretty decent build-up. We're not reinventing the wheel here with this storyline, but the storyline works. Trish's ego was injured, so she went heel because she wasn't one of the champions, and she screwed Becky over, and now Becky and Trish have a fight. Cool! I mean, what more do we want? Do you think the only thing this match has working against it, I believe, is that because Trish is not going to be working a full-time schedule, she's got to disappear now back into being retired. So, not for any necessarily story reason. I think these two will put on a decent match, but I'm leaning Becky with this one. They could do Trish and drag this out for longer. I'd be fine with that. But I'm going to go Becky Lynch to pick this one.
Yeah, it's all tight. But guess what? There's another split, guys. Me and Leon have now split. I believe most guys might be in different directions now. Actually, Big Tone and Nico might be on the same wavelength at the minute. So that's what it is. But as you can see, the show has now taken a new dynamic. People are splitting. We're in different views. We're in different ways. And let's see, does that continue when we talk about the SmackDown Women's Champion, when we talk about not the American, but the Nightmare, Rhea Ripley versus the BOAT, the best of all time, Natalya Neidhart. Let's have a listen. Right, the SmackDown Women's title is on the line as Rhea Ripley, the Nightmare, Miss Judgment Day, Mami takes on the Queen of Hearts, the BOAT, the BOAT, best of all time, Natalya. Look, I mean, as much as I'm a defender of Natalya, I know some others in the group aren't such a defender of her. I respect the graft, I respect everything she's done. However, this is just fodder in the build-up to Mami's long reign. She is still hot property. She is still the biggest thing in the female division as far as I'm concerned. No disrespect to the rest, but there is just that special moment. She's even like unofficially seen as the leader of the Judgment Day, who are getting hotter and hotter by the minute. And honestly, there's only one way to go, and that's Mami retains. Rhea Ripley for the win.
Rhea Ripley versus Natalya for the SmackDown's women's title. Okay, so this is, I hate to say it's filler match. We all know Natalya at this point in her career is not like winning any championships. Which is, it's just a shame because, I mean, like, if they booked her a bit differently throughout her career, you know, she could be used as, like, a legend, an all-time great, what do you call it, a female Bret Hart. But I know many of my colleagues would disagree with her wrestling ability. I think Natalia's had a fine enough career, but hell, she is literally just filler at this point. Like, we all know for certain that Rhea is going on and she's going to have this title for a long time if she doesn't end up holding both women's titles at some point. Yeah, so Rhea Ripley for the win.
Right. Now the most pointless match. I don't like this in wrestlers because there's no reason to say pointless, but let's look at this. Rhea Ripley versus Natalya. I mean, like, what is the point? If Ripley loses to Natalya, then end her push and just fire her. Natalya has to be that one, the most reliable wrestler for everyone to go up against and beat. Like, she's a jobber queen. She is the jobber queen and has to. We shouldn't be betting on who's going to win this match. It should be betting on how is Natalya going to lose and how long before Natalya loses. Is she going to hit any of her moves? It is what it is. My pick is going to be Rhea Ripley because if I pick any otherwise, it's stupidity. Right? Anyway, space.
Rhea Ripley versus Natalya. We don't need to hang about for this one. Rhea needs some people that she's going to plow over. Natalya's positioned, although I don't agree with this position, Natalya has been positioned as kind of like this gatekeeping, historic legend. I don't think she's that good. Just my opinion. I think she's very lucky that her surname is Neidhart. Anyway, that aside, this is going to be a steamrolling. Natty will probably put Rhea in a sharpshooter at one point, which Rhea will get out of. That will be the big oh my god moment, even though it won't be an oh my god moment. Rhea's gonna steamroll Natalya. So yeah, Rhea Ripley for the win here. Don't need to talk more about this.
What's up, guys? It's me. It's the undisputed champ. It's the ultimate finesser, Simsy. And this is my prediction for Rhea Ripley versus Natalya. And come on, let's be real. This is a squash match. No way am I believing that Natalya is winning any title off of Rhea Ripley. I mean, imagine she does all of that, wins the Royal Rumble, wins the main event at WrestleMania, for the women's title, and loses to Natalya. Just wouldn't make any sense. At least if it was to Zelina Vega, it would have made much more sense. Her hometown, all that kind of stuff. First time in Puerto Rico, it would have been history, actual history. But this is a squash match. It's a no-brainer. I don't even think it's going to come close. It's a squash match. So my winner for this match, and still the women's SmackDown champion, Rhea Ripley.
Guys, can we please put some respect on Natalya's name? Big Tone, I see you, bro. I think you're the only one who gave it. Yes, I voted Rhea. Yes, I know where Natalya's at position-wise, but she's got skills, man. She's got skills. It's one of the last from the Heart Dungeon. Natalya, if you're watching, I got your back. Not to win, but I got your back. But no, honestly, put some respect on it. So, yeah, unanimous decision there. It looks like Miss Judgment Day will be retaining. Based on the Ministry of Wrestling, that is. Right, guys. I have been so split about this title. I can't get excited. It just doesn't feel right. I'm gonna let the video run. Then I'm gonna drop my real prediction of what I would like to see happen because it's the only way to validate it. But yeah, let's talk about the two phenomenal stars that are Seth frickin' Rollins and the phenomenal one AJ Styles. Let's see how the guys vote.
Seth Rollins versus AJ Styles for the World Heavyweight Championship. Okay, so on paper this is actually a dream match, and on Raw, I don't know whether they're correct or not, but they mentioned this is the first time it's happening in WWE, so it's sure to be a bar burner for sure. I mean, you got two of the greatest ever. I mean, AJ Styles really a big fan of and so proud of his career from like watching him in TNA. And he was actually the main reason why I got into TNA back in the day. And that basically opened the floodgates for me to get into a lot of other wrestling as well. So, you know, I owe a lot to Mr. Alan Jones, so to speak. However, unfortunately, he's not going to be adding World Heavyweight Champion, at least not now, to his list of accolades as Seth Rollins. He's that guy. They've been pushing him as that guy. They keep mentioning that, oh, he's the only one Roman's never truly beat. But more importantly than all of that is that Seth Rollins is going to be appearing as a character in an upcoming Marvel film. Yeah, and it's not just any Marvel film, it's Captain America 4. So when you're doing that, you want to push his name out there. WWE love to promote their stars as being, you know, more than wrestlers, more than superstars. Like, if they can get them to be seen as movie stars as well, that's a great win for them. And what better exposure to do that than to have your World Heavyweight Champion in a Marvel movie. Thus, you know, Seth's going to take it.
And now we have, for the Consolation Prize title, who's going to win the Consolation Prize title? That's the name of the title, right? Not the World Heavyweight Champion or whatever they want to call it, because Roman Reigns has got all the titles. Well, Roman should come for this one as well and take it, and this would become have all the belts. Take the tag team titles. Take everything. Go for the women's title. You know what I'm saying? Just dominate. Take everything. But right now, who's gonna win this? You got two good wrestlers here. Everyone, I went online to check up, see what's the story has been going on in WWE, and it should be Rollins winning. But also saw stories of Rollins going into acting and might not be around as much. So because of that, I'm going with AJ Styles. I'm going to go with AJ Styles because put it on AJ. What has AJ done? What has he done lately? Give him the title. It won't feel like a consolation prize if AJ's got it for some strange reason, but it will if Rollins got it. So yeah, put it on AJ. AJ Styles to win this match.
To the third main event of the evening, Seth freaking Rollins versus AJ Styles. Again, both of these would be fine. I think with all of the video packages and the glorifying they've done on Raw recently, you have to go with Seth because AJ hasn't been given the same sort of glory. I think AJ is literally there as canon to have a great match because you've got two great wrestlers sharing the ring together who should put on a great match. I know they've shared the ring before in WWE. I didn't think that first match was all that memorable. It happens. Sometimes you get two brilliant wrestlers who just don't have the best chemistry. And I'm only saying that because I don't remember the match vividly, and I feel like it's one of those matches, given the two talents in the ring, that I should remember vividly. Hopefully this one exceeds the first one. You gotta go Seth, though, don't you? He's the guy being built up with the glorifying. It's Seth Rollins.
Yo. So, third prediction. AJ Styles versus Seth freaking Rollins to be the inaugural new World Heavyweight Champion. Now, this one could be hard, but there are a couple of Easter eggs that WWE let slip, I would say, and kind of gave a few things away. Like, you know, you don't see Seth Rollins getting involved in anything other than his focus on the World Heavyweight Championship. Meanwhile, in Metropolis, you got AJ Styles having like some kind of future beef with Karrion Kross, and he's got some other beef with Grayson Waller, who decides like he's going to get in his face and say, oh, that, you know, Seth's going to win the world title. So there's two beefs that they're teasing, and obviously I don't think they're going to be for the world title, because if that's the case, then they both have to go to Raw. Only one person can go to Raw, which kind of gives away who's going to win this for me, really. AJ's going to go on to have those feuds with those two wrestlers, and Seth is going to win the World Heavyweight Championship. The person who was always on Raw, the competition that was supposed to be just Raw, but somehow it ended up on SmackDown. How, I don't know. But Seth Rollins, the new World Heavyweight Champion.
Seth Rollins versus AJ Styles, two of my absolute favourites in the WWE and in the history of wrestling, actually, taking on each other for what I call the bitch belt. Now, having either of these guys on it does kind of reduce the bitch belt title, but let's be honest, it's still a consolation prize. And which way do we go? Are we going to have AJ Styles win and he goes over to Raw, but he goes here still on SmackDown? Doubt it. Does he win and stay on SmackDown? Well, that goes against everything Hunter said. Or is it the obvious Seth wins? Now, I'm very, very tempted to say that we're going to get a no contest, because Seth had this whole Roman, I love him, but I can't trust him, and you are a champ that we can't trust, and a champ we don't deserve, and I'm going to be that fighting champ. Going back to kind of bits of what Hunter said, I'm torn. I am torn. I still want to go down the no contest route, but let's be honest, if that isn't going to happen, which I doubt they will, because what, are we going to put that belt on Roman and piss off the world? Which I still call, but I can't do it for points, so I'm going to go with Seth frickin' Rollins, the man who's been mentioned for the longest while to retain. Well, to retain, to win it, crown it, and take it home to Raw. There you go, guys. There you go. So a brave pick there by Den. Bold. It's not out of the question either. But yeah, I mentioned it there, and I'm going to call it again. I've said it before. I'm kind of calling a no contest. How are you the undisputed champ, the man who can be wherever at any time? Yeah, your contract is designed that you don't want to be on Raw, and then you're just willingly going to give up a title. Yeah, you've acknowledged that it's the consolation prize, but come on, Roman. You're just really going to let that belt go there? I kind of picture the tribal chief might be showing a little dominance. Maybe with a bit of bloodline, beat everybody down. The match has to end in a no contest, and God knows what happens later on. Just let's see. Yeah, he could drop a belt. I'm not saying he can't, but it's a bit weird. But no, all the same, I am still going for Seth freaking Rollins to burn it down and become the new, I'm going to call it Raw consolation prize. World Heavyweight title champion, whatever the name is. Okay, guys. So that is the end of the show. Just before I do end it, I just want to give you a quick refresher as to how everybody went. Let's kick off with myself, the one AJ Anthony Jordan. And this is how my votes went. I went for Asuka to win, Cody Rhodes to win as well, Sammy and KO to retain, Gunther to retain, Becky Lynch to win, Rhea Ripley to retain, and Seth Rollins to become the new champ. Big Tone, very, well, slightly different to myself. Bianca Belair to retain, Cody to win, Sammy and KO to retain, as well as Gunther to retain, Becky to win, Rhea Ripley to retain, and Seth Rollins to win. Then the Tech, the wild card of the group. He's trying to get these points. Yes, so we are going for Bianca to retain, Cody Rhodes to win, Sammy and KO to retain, Gunther to retain, Trish Stratus to win, Rhea Ripley to retain, and AJ Styles. I think he's the only one who went for that. Double V, Nicolero, which way did he go? Right, so we are talking Bianca to retain, Cody to win, Sammy and KO to retain, Gunther to retain, Becky, big time Bex to win. Well, yeah, to win. Rhea Ripley to retain, and Seth frickin' Rollins as the new champ. And finally, the Ultimate Finesse, our current champion, Leon Simsey, has gone for Asuka to win, Cody Rhodes to win, KO and Sammy to retain, as well as Gunther to retain, another Trish to win, Rhea Ripley to win, and Seth frickin' Rollins. It seems to be the popular choice to be a champ. Guys, please, it's just a few hours away, but comment below. Who do you think is going to win? Who do you think is going to happen? Where's Austin Theory's title match at Night of Champs? Where's the women's tag champs match? Let us know what you think about this stuff. Who's going to be the new champ? What you think of the show? Please, either way, give us a thumbs up. If you are going to give a thumbs down, which I don't think you can, because it's an exciting show, let us know why. Let us know what you want to see from the show. What's missing? What's the pizzazz? What would you like? As I said, guys, this is our first show of 2 shows, because Double or Nothing is coming tomorrow. So, guys, if you are a wrestling fan, check it out. If you're a Ministry of Wrestling fan, check it out. See what you are missing if you've never watched let's go do that again. Let's see what you've been missing. If you've never watched an AEW show, you'll see some talent in there. You'll recognize some faces from the WWE. Hopefully, we can make you check out a new product. If not, hey, just do it for the ministry. Give us a thumbs up. Tell your friends to tell your friends. Let's get the subscribers up. Guys. You can get the rest of the guys in for a live show if you do that. Hit us up. There is many more stuff to come through. As it says below, at Ministry of Wrestling on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube, on TikTok. That's how you can find us at MOW News on Twitter. Hit us up. And yes, we are also available on podcasts, guys. So until tomorrow and until the next time with the rest of the guys, I am the one AJ. I'm signing out. Thank you very much for tuning in.